Welcome back to Hardball. Late today, Kentucky Senator Rand Paul introduced a declaration of war against ISIS because he says President Obama didn't have or doesn't have the authority to wage war by himself. The president disagrees. And late today, I spoke with Senator Paul about war and U.S. foreign policy. But I began with the news that a grand jury up in Staten Island had decided not to indict a New York City police officer in the chokehold death of Eric Garner. Here he is. Joining me now is Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. Senator, you've made a real effort to reach across the aisle in terms of minority support. How do we bridge the gap between white and black at this time when these kind of situations like just broke in New York with the Garner case? How do we do it? How do we get past it?
Well, you know, I think it's hard not to watch that video of him saying, I can't breathe, and not be horrified by it. But I think there's something bigger than just the individual circumstances. Obviously, the individual circumstances are important, but I think it's also important to know that some politician put a tax of $5.85 on a pack of cigarettes. So they've driven cigarettes underground by making them so expensive. But then some politician also had to direct the police to say, hey, we want you arresting people for selling a loose cigarette. And for someone to die over, breaking that law, there really is no excuse for it. But I do blame the politicians. We put our police in a difficult situation with bad laws.
Let me